don't mind the do-rag, man. I'm just trying to keep these waves spinning all the time. But today on my agenda, I'm reviewing two exciting fragrances with you guys. These fragrances are similar in DNA. They smell kind of just the same, but there are little differences between them. So owning both of these fragrances wouldn't be a redundant situation because they're two different houses, two different brands, and they both replicate different setting or scenario. All right, so the two fragrances I'm talking about, man, are Hypnotizing Fire by The Harmonist and by Maison Margiela by The Fireplace. Two stunning fragrances, guys. So before I get into this review, guys, do me a favor. Please click a like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It costs you nothing to subscribe. If you want to get the latest content on fragrances, whenever I post a content, you'll be the first one to be notified. You get first dibs on this knowledge I'm dropping right here. So click subscribe, click the notification bell, and click all. You'll be the first one to get all the latest content I posted regarding fragrances and anything else. So it costs nothing to subscribe, share, and click the notification bell. All right, do me that favor. So stay tuned. First fragrance up, Hypnotizing Fire by The Harmonist. If you guys been watching me for a while, you know this is one of my favorite, and I think this is in my top 10 for life, I believe. This fragrance I really hold high regards to this fragrance here. This is a very, very sexy and seductive fragrance. This one is perfect for date night situation, any type of date night situation. You can wear this one during the daytime, or even at night. But the beauty of this fragrance right here comes out at night, guys. When you put this thing on at night, go into a very romantic candlelight setting dinner, this set the stage for everything else to fall after. Very, very seductive fragrance here. Hypnotizing Fire by The Harmonist. The name say it all. It's very attractive fragrance. I just can't stop sticking my nose into this thing, man. This fragrance is one of those fragrances that it's a panty dropper. Just put it out there, very clear. It's a panty dropper fragrance. And I'm gonna break down the notes for you guys and let you know what the notes are. So on the top note, you have pepper tree, pimento, and cloves. These are well blended together. When the fragrance open, I do get a lot of those pepper tree and the pimento berries, but the dry down, that's where the beauty of this fragrance starts coming up. After about, I would say like 20 minutes or so, start drying down. Man, this fragrance is great. In the mid, you do have some Bulgarian rose and patchouli, and that's well blending together as well. Bulgarian rose, I do get down when it start drying down. Go to the heart notes. The Bulgarian rose are very apparent in there. You could get it, you could smell it really well, and that's one of the most attractive notes in this fragrance, the Bulgarian rose. Rose notes are very appealing and attractive. Now, in the base is where it starts to get magical. In the base, you have vanilla, benzoin, and a proponex. Proponex is that smoky kind of note, but it's that smoky kind of incense. But with this one, it's not that animalic smoky. You do get a little smoke, but it's not overwhelming. But with the vanilla kind of like smooth everything else out with all the notes, and it is like a smooth, ambery, floral fragrance, and sweet as well. With the vanilla, kind of like blend everything in together, man. This thing is magical. You can't really get enough of this thing. And I would say By The Fireplace kind of is like, sort of the same vibe you get, but By The Fireplace vibe is kind of a little bit different, I'm gonna explain it to you what the fireplace vibe is like. So By The Fireplace, they're trying to like paint a picture of like burning wood and chestnut. That's what the fragrance description said anyway. But the notes in this fragrance is it's kind of different from Hypnotizing Fire, but the scent profile is very similar. You know, the main accords in this one are woods, vanilla, and spices. So, you know, in the Hypnotizing Fire, vanilla and spices are very apparent, but it's not much of a woodsy fragrance with the Hypnotizing Fire. However, this one, that would be the slightly difference in the accords, the woods in this one. Top notes are pink pepper, orange blossom, and cloves. And you do get that peppery open. When you spray it, you do get that peppery open in the beginning, but the dry down. In the heart, you have chestnut, some woods, and juniper in the heart of this fragrance. So you start seeing the difference between both of them. However, the scent profile is very similar. And I think it's that peppery open in the beginning, kind of like bring both fragrances together in terms of like scent profile. In the base, you have Peru balsam, cashmere, and vanilla. So you see it, guys. So both Hypnotizing Fire and By the Fireplace has two prominent notes. In the base of both, you have vanilla, and in the top note of both, you have that pink pepper, which you get from the opening on both. So those are the two prominent notes that tie these fragrances together to let them have similar scent profile or similar DNA. However, there are slightly differences between them. You know, they are Proponox in this one in the base, and the Peru balsam and cashmere in the By the Fireplace in the base. That's where the differences come in when both fragrances dry down. However, the vanilla tied everything together in these two fragrances. The vanilla works perfect in those two fragrances. However, personally for me, I prefer this one, Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonies. It fits me more, and they're both unisex fragrances, but I think this one fits me more. I like the scent DNA better over By the Fireplace. I think this one fits me more, so I'd go for this one every time when I'm going on that very special date or that very special occasion, or I'm going to be in the company of a very fine looking female. I'll use this one. This one fits me more. I do like By the Fireplace, don't get me wrong. This is a very stunning and beautiful fragrance to wear because of the vibes it projects. As I said, the description of this fragrance is they're trying to replicate the setting of By a Beautiful Fire, the scent of burning chestnut. It's this time of the year too. It's like Halloween, Christmas, you know, by the fire when it's chilled. You know, both fragrances are outdoor, nighttime, cold weather fragrances. So that's fall, winter, and even spring. Can't say you can pull it off in the summertime as well, but you know, I save these fragrances for those weather. I mean, forget it. You can wear this fragrance anywhere, pretty much anytime. If you're in a temperature controlled environment, like you run into a meeting in an office where AC is on, yes, you could pull this off in the summertime, but they're more geared towards cold weather. So yeah, that's it, man. That's the very differences and the similarity between Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonies and one more thing to note, this doesn't have any rose in there. By the Fireplace doesn't have any rose, and this one has rose. Hypnotizing Fire has rose, so that's one of the differences too, and it's very apparent in the scent profile. This, you get crazy amount of rose out of this one, so that's one of the major differences in the scent profile. But as I was saying, you could pick these one up anywhere, man. You could Joe Mashop has By the Fireplace, and you could pick up Hypnotizing Fire from like Saks or even the Harmonies website as well. And sometimes you find these on Joe Mashop as well. So pick them up, try them out, Let me know what you think, guys. These are two very beautiful fragrances. They both set the pace for date nights. I used both of these on date nights, strictly date nights.